Today I'm going to reveal a question for a free tea, ask and answer a question, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching a Comic Hero Show. Now kick that intro!
One, two, three, four.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. This month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Now I'm going to touch base on that later on, but for right now, I'm going to reveal a question for a free tea. Alright, here's the question. Which mutant permanently absorbed Ms. Marvel's powers and memories after a vicious attack? Was it A, Rogue, B, Mystique, or C, Emma Frost? Alright, here's some hints to help. The first hint is that this incident took place in Avengers Annual number 10 in 1980. It was also this character's first appearance. The second hint, this character became a member of the X-Men in 1983. The third hint, in the comics, this character is currently married to Gambit. Alright, the fourth hint, this character was played on the big screen by Anna Paquin. The fifth hint, this character has been voiced on the small screen on the X-Men animated series in the 90s and in X-Men 97 by Lenore Zan. And then the sixth and final hint, this character's codename is a noun that's defined as a person whose behavior one disapproves of, but who is nonetheless likable or attractive. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in the drawing for a free tea on next week's episode of the show. So, I gotta ask, any questions?
Questions I walk around in, questions I didn't thrive in, questions I will survive in, questions.
This question comes from April Hooks from Camden, Arkansas. She asks, is there one comic that you wish you could own? Well, April, the thing about me, when it comes to comics, I'm more about moving forward. Now, whether I have a book like Detective Comics number 27 in 1939, which was Batman's first appearance, or the first issue of the X-Men from 1963, I mean, that's great, but but that's not on a wish list or anything. I'm more about moving forward, because who knows? The books that I've been collecting since 1997 might be gold mines waiting to happen. All right, I really love that question, and April has another question that I'm going to ask and answer on episode 541, which I'm doing in 2 weeks. So y'all stay tuned for that. But I will gladly accept questions for future episodes. Now remember, they have to have something to do with comics or anything within the realm, or they can have something to do with me in terms of the hobby or the show, but please, no personal or tasteless questions. I will neither ask nor answer them here on the show. All right, let's get to the comics I bought this week. Comic books I bought this week. All right, here we go. First up is Absolute Batman number 13. Absolute Evil number 1. Action Comics number 1091. Amazing X-Men number 1. Aquaman number 10. The Avengers number 31. Batman and Robin number 26. Binary number 1. I'm really excited about this book. DCKO number 1. Eddie Brock Carnage number 9. Green Lantern Corps number 9. Imperial War, Imperial Guardians. Laura Kinney Sabretooth number 1. Long Shots number 1. Supergirl number 6. Superman the Kryptonite Spectrum number 3. Ultimate Black Panther number 21. And finally, X-Men World of Revelation. Hey everyone! Now this month is also Bullying Prevention Month. October was first declared as National Bullying Prevention Month in 2006, and since then, it's been a time to acknowledge that bullying has devastating effects on children and families, such as school avoidance, loss of self-esteem, increased anxiety, and depression. Bullying can occur in multiple ways. It can be verbal, physical, through social exclusion, or via digital sources like emails, text, or social media. Unlike mutual teasing or fighting, bullying occurs when one person or a group of people is perceived as being more powerful than another and takes advantage of that power through repeated physical assaults, threats of harm, intimidation, or by purposely excluding a person from a valued social group. Being bullied can severely affect a person's self-image, social interactions, and school performance, and can lead to mental health problems such as depression, anxiety, substance abuse, and even suicidal thoughts and behaviors. Bullying often happens in grade school. And it doesn't matter how long it's been going on. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Just because it's been going on for a long time, that doesn't make it right. And all these teachers, all these principals, and these other staff members, and members of random school boards, I mean, who let this junk just linger and go on to no end, you ought to be ashamed of yourselves, and you don't deserve your jobs. That's right, I said it. Now, these children may not be yours by blood, but they are in terms of your jobs. A school should be somewhere where a person is safe. Not just somewhere where they learn, where they should be safe. And when you see this junk go on, you need to step in and do something, because not doing so makes you just as guilty, or as we call it, guilt by association. I mean, you stand by and you do nothing, and either that, or you just turn a blind eye to it. Do better. And I know, and there are some educators who will say, well, they need to grow a spine. No. If that's the way you think, then you should go ahead and resign. Yeah, I said it. You need to go ahead and resign. And then, another despicable thing about bullying is that there are grown men and women that pull this junk with other grown men and women. And here's the thing, just because they are adults, that doesn't make it right either. I don't want to hear the whole sticks and stones, the whole thing. Words are powerful, and if you misuse them, they can really hurt someone. I mean, it's one thing. It's one thing if it's a child doing this, but if it's an adult, not only is that wrong, it's childish, it's evil, because you're grown and you ought to know better, and yet you still pull this childish junk. But to any man, woman, boy, or girl who is on the receiving end of bullying, I love y'all. And this mystery pop-up segment is for y'all. And the only reason that I feel so strongly about this is because I was bullied too. I was bullied all the way from second grade through the first college that I attended. And I get it. It stinks. It's not it's just a horrible, despicable thing to go through. And for all you college students that go through it, I can't think of any college or university in the world that doesn't offer counseling. So please, sir, please, ma'am, if you are a college student and you're being bullied, or you're in a fraternity or a sorority and you're being mistreated, or any other organization or a support group, and you're being bullied, and you feel like there's just no end in sight, and you feel like nobody's going to listen to you. First off, if that's the case, then you need to call the authorities. And then second, seek to go to counseling. It helped me. I had to do it. And I'm quite sure it'll help you too. And for everyone else, there is a hotline that I want y'all to call. This is the National Bullying Prevention Hotline. The number is 1-877-542-SAFE. That's 1-877-542-7233. And then for all you tech-savvy folks, text the word CONNECT, CONNECT, to 741-741. And then for all of y'all that don't have phones but are online a lot, there is a chat that that you should go on called the Stomp Out Bullying Help Chat. I mean, there are folks who have the education and they have the training, and all they want to do is help. They don't want to condemn you. They don't want to. They don't want to hurt you. All they want to do is help. So, with all just naming, the hotline, the text line, the help chat, and then counseling. Please, sir, please, ma'am, go ahead and do this, because you deserve to be happy. Everyone deserves to be happy. All right, this is a bullying prevention comic hero tee. If you would like one, you can find them on IamTheComicHero.com/shop for $17, and I will donate half of each purchase to the National Association for People Against Bullying, or NAPAB. All right, I'm only featuring 2 books in this mystery pop-up segment. These books that I found at the I found these on the national, not the national. I found these on Lone Star Comics' website, mycomicshop.com. One is a book by DC that is a prelude to the current Green Lantern Corps series, and it's also a continuation to the current monthly Green Lantern series. And then there's another book by Dynamite Entertainment. Now, I love what Dynamite Entertainment is doing. They're taking a lot of Saturday morning cartoons and are making them comic books. In other words, they're giving them the comic book treatment. Some of them have origins. Some of them are pretty much a retelling. And the one that I featured is based on a cartoon that I used to watch old episodes of on Cartoon Network when I was growing up. I'm going to reveal those books right now, so here we go. And those books are The Blue Falcon and Dynamite #1, and Green Lantern Fractured Spectrum. Alright, with those 2, that brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 14,060. Alright, that's 18, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 14,078. Alright, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. And here's a question again for a free tee for the next episode of the show. Which mutant permanently absorbed Ms. Marvel's powers and memories after a vicious attack? Was it A, Rogue, B, Mystique, or C, Emma Frost? Alright, here's some hints to help. The first hint is that this incident took place in Avengers Annual number 10 in 1980. It was also this character's first appearance. The second hint, this character became a member of the X-Men in 1983. The third hint, in the comics, this character is currently married to Gambit. The fourth hint, this character was played on the big screen by Anna Paquin. The fifth hint, this character has been voiced on the X-Men animated series in the 90s and X-Men 97 by Lenore Zann. And then the sixth and final hint, this character's codename is a noun that's defined as a person whose behavior one disapproves of, but who is nonetheless likable or attractive. Everyone who answers this question correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. Alright, now this month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Now, breast cancer is cancer that forms in the cells of the breast. After skin cancer, breast cancer is the most common cancer diagnosed in women in the U.S. Breast cancer can occur in both men and women, but it's far more common in women. Signs and symptoms of breast cancer may include a breast lump or thickening that feels different from the surrounding tissue, change in the size, shape, or appearance of the breast, changes to the skin over the breast such as dimpling, a newly inverted nipple, peeling, scaling, crusting, or flaking of the pigmented area of the skin surrounding the nipple, which is also known as the areola, or the breast skin, and redness or pitting of the skin over the breast, like the skin of an orange. Now, breast cancer is very common here in the U.S. There are more than 200,000 cases per year, and a majority of them are women. Now, I did say that there were some with men. An example of that I can give is that one of the greatest announcers in game show history, Rod Roddy, who was the announcer on The Price is Right for 17 years, died of breast cancer in 2003. So it can happen, but it's more common with women. And this really hits home for me because my mom is a breast cancer survivor. She, as of this past summer, she has been breast cancer free for 13 years. And then my aunt is a breast cancer survivor. My great aunt was a breast cancer survivor and lived to see past 100. And then the pastor of one of the churches that I play the piano at is a breast cancer survivor. And then I know some folks that are currently battling. I have 2 classmates who are battling breast cancer right now. And then I knew someone and her family. I knew someone who passed away from complications of breast cancer almost 2 years ago, and she was a fan of the show, and her husband and her daughter are current fans of the show. And I just want to say, if you're watching this and you just someone that I just named, or you happen to be someone who has beaten it, someone else who is currently fighting, or if you're the family member of someone who is no longer with us after fighting valiantly, I love y'all, and this episode is for y'all. And this is a breast cancer awareness comic hero tee. And if you would like one, you can find them on IamTheComicHero.com/shop for $17, and I will donate half of each purchase to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. All right, here's the road ahead for the show. On next week's episode 540, I'm raising awareness against domestic violence. And on episode 541, I'm celebrating Halloween. And before the month is out, on either 540 or 541, I'm going to raise awareness of a cause that I began raising awareness of 4 years ago, and that's multiple hereditary exostoses. It's a bone condition. I personally know someone who has this condition, and I know that, and they're a fan of the show. And if you're watching this and you happen to have this condition, or you know someone who has this condition, stay tuned for the Mystery Papa segment on either one of the 2 next episodes. And then to kick off the month of November, I'm raising awareness of adoption on episode 542, and then on episode 543, I'm raising awareness of diabetes. And then lastly, meet me at the West Monroe Convention Center on November 8th. That is the site of the 2nd annual Louisiana Delta Comic-Con. I'm going to be a guest there. John Stout will be a guest there. Shane Dyson will be a guest there. Jordan and Justice from J&J Cosplays will be there. My friend Pixel Vix, who is a cosplay model and also a social media enthusiast, will be there. And then for all you wrestling fans out there, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, will be there as well. And then also one of my favorite vendors, who is a fan favorite at the Bossier Farmers Market, Man-Made Soaps, will be there as well. So as Loretta Lynn used to say, y'all come. And if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, welcome. And as soon as you're done, hit subscribe. If you're watching this on the Comic Book Lovers Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. And if you're watching this on the Louisiana Delta Content Creators Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. All right, I'm Victor Nunley. I'm the Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 540. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero.